welcome to Connect. We're gonna get started pretty quickly today, so I'm gonna have you just find a comfortable seat. If you're uncomfortable sitting like this, you can sit on a pillow or a block. And I'm gonna have you sit up nice and tall and very slowly take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently close your eyes down. And I want you to kind of rock back just a little bit because we tend to lean forward. I want you to feel weight in your sit bones. And from there, I want you to grow your spine taller. Pull your heart through a little bit more and feel your collarbone lengthen. Your shoulder blades slide down your back. And right here, I'd like you to ask yourself internally, how do I really feel today? Just take a moment to breathe and tune into that. And if you are feeling like you need more energy today, turn your palms up towards the ceiling and just rest them in your lap. If you're feeling a little bit more anxious and like you need a bit more grounding, turn your palms down. And let's just take the deepest, slowest breath we've taken yet today. Fill yourself all the way up with air and then exhale slowly, let that air leave your body. Slow, deep breath in, fill all the way back up. See how wide you can stretch yourself. Take a little pause at the top, full with air. Slowly exhale through the nose. Good. We have one more round. And we always pause and get still before we start, because we have all of these goals, but we need to get still in order to go where we need to go. We need to tune into our foundation, and that's what Connect is all about. So slowly raise your arms up towards the ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Grab your left wrist and then pull yourself over to the right, opening up those left ribs, taking a big deep breath into it. Exhale, pull yourself up through the center, switch your grip on your wrists and fold to the left. Create space by inhaling into those right ribs. Pull yourself back up. We will rotate our heart towards the right, drop both of our arms down towards the floor. Really sit up tall, look over that right shoulder. Breath in. Exhale, unwind, come back up. Rotate to the left, drop those hands down. Tall spine, look over the left shoulder, big breath in. Exhale, come back around and land with your hands right on your thighs. Now the last thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna lean our shoulders off to the right and then the left. And there's no rules with this. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It just feels really nice to move your spine in this way. And then once you feel ready, just start stirring your spine around as if it was like a big wooden spoon in a pot of soup. And just do this a few times. And again, there's no rules. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look like the person next to you. It's just you exploring what feels good in your body. One more time. Feel free to add the head. Good. Now reach those arms out wide. Lean, drop one hand down. We're gonna get deeper into that lateral flexion and then switch. And I just want you to pick up the pace here just a little bit. Your spine's ready for it. Good, give me one more. Awesome, now let's turn to the side, come on to hands and knees, and let's get ourselves into our very first quadruped. Pull your shoulder blades down your back, pull your face away from the floor, pull the belly up and in, the tiniest little scoop of the tail, toes are turned under, big breath in. On the exhale, I want you to round your back like a cat. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, tailbone high to the sky, inhale. Exhale, round. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. One more time. Good. Pull yourself back to center. Send your right leg long, toes to the mat. Really press the floor away from you. Take a big breath in. And on the exhale, draw the belly up and in. The shield comes on nice and tight. Lift the back leg barely from the floor so that your pelvis doesn't change, and just hold and breathe. This posture is not even about the physical movement, it's about the breathing, coming into alignment with your center. Now slowly lift that left arm from the floor, reach it up ahead like you were gonna shake my hand, shoulder blade deep, and just hold and breathe. Every fingertip on the floor, gripping. Scoop a little bit more, lift the leg and the arm one little bit higher, and put everything back down. Good, left leg reaches back, connect to the foundation. Lift the leg barely so that your low back doesn't arch. Hold, flex that foot, reach that heel really far back behind you. Tune into that glute firing up, your belly. On the next exhale, reach that right arm up overhead, thumb up, shoulder blade deep, and just hold and breathe. Feeling so connected to the center of you. Feeling that heat start to rise. Good, on the next exhale, lift everything up one little bit higher, lower it back down. Good, we're gonna tuck those toes under once more. Really come into that really neutral spine. On the exhale, dig your toes down, barely lift your knees up off the floor. Inhale, come down, tap the knees. Exhale, lift. Good, inhale, lower. 3 more, exhale. Feel how quickly this fires up the center of you. Changes the body temperature. 1 more. Good, knees come down, but we're gonna stay right here in this quadruped. On your next exhale, shift all your weight to your right knee and fire hydrant that left leg out to the side. Inhale, sweep it down. Exhale, take it up. Inhale, bring it down. 3 to go. Trying not to lean away from this, but rather lean into it. Very last one. Waking up the side of those hips. Good. Let's put left knee down. Exhale, lift up right. And do you feel how your body wants to lean away? Lean to the left. I want you to lean more right. Makes the movement a lot smaller, but cleaner. Very last one. Good, come back down, take a breath in. Exhale, neutral spine. We're gonna lift those knees for 5 more. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, lift. Trying not to rush. Last 2. Last one here. Good. Now plant those knees down, lean into that right knee. I want you to lift your right arm straight out to the side like a T. Hold it, and on the exhale, can you lift that left knee again to that fire hydrant? Inhale, bring the knee down, arm stays up. Exhale, lift. So you always have the option to keep both hands on the floor if this is too much for you. Last 2. Final rep. Float it all down. Let's get into our quadruped. We'll exhale, reach our left arm out, shoulder blade deep. Lean into that left knee and lift right knee to fire hydrant for 5. We lift on that exhale. See how long we can hold it and connect to the middle. 3 to go. Last 2. Final one here, all the way out and down. Good, now let's give our wrists a break and come all the way down to our forearms here. And I want you to try really hard to not clasp your hands together, but to keep your forearms and your fingertips in alignment with the elbow. And from here, when I get into this position, I want to dump right away into my back. So I want you to kind of have that energetic scoop going on through the pelvis. Kick that right leg straight back to the floor. Scoop a little bit more with the pelvis and then lift the leg up. And we're just holding and breathing here and kind of adjusting to this different feeling. Whenever you get in a pose at first, just be there for a second and let your body give you feedback. Let your body adjust and figure it out. Like, try to figure out where your body's trying to get out of the movement. Holding and breathing. Now we're gonna do small little circles with that right leg. Imagine you're drawing like a teeny little circle with your heel on a board back behind you. 2 more. And you'll really feel that glutes wake up. Good, go the other way for 5. That right glute especially. The right shoulder, the middle of you. Very last one, and bring it all back down. Good, let's shoot our left leg to the floor, get our pelvis set up, and then very gently lift left leg and really squeeze it, reach it out. Hold. Internally scan the body to see where your body's trying to get out of it. 2 more breaths here before we start those circles. And here we go. Small little circles with that heel. The movement's coming from the hip though. 2, smaller the better. And reverse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, final 1. You got it. Bring that knee down. Go ahead and lie all the way on your back for me, which will feel really nice. Good. Bring your heels in pretty closely to your bum. Now your glutes are already going to be prepped for this, but I want you to take this nice deep breath and exhale. Just let your body kind of release some tension. Let your body be heavy for a second. Good. Now let's really build a proper shield. So inhaling all the way deep down. As we exhale, we're going to engage our pelvic floors, knit our hip bones closer together, pull our bellies deep, hug our obliques in tight, and knit our ribs low. Let's do that 2 more times. It doesn't look like you're doing much, but you are wrapping yourself so tightly around your spine that it's absolute fire. 1 more. Hips, belly, obliques, ribs. Now keep that push all the way up with the glutes towards the ceiling. Stop somewhere you feel good with. Maybe even lower your hips down more and scoop under more to light up the glutes. We're just gonna hold this bridge. And I want you to pull your heels energetically back towards your body so that your hamstrings light up more. Keep scooping the tailbone. Feel those glutes engage. And now your job is just to wrap the front of you tight every exhale you take. Can you even press your arms down into the mat? Big breath in, slowly peel down bone by bone by bone by bone. Good. We land, we take a breath in. We build our shield, pelvic floor, hips, belly, obliques, ribs, and then we lift off, still exhaling. Good. Settle in, organize. There's always organizing to do once you land in a pose. Pull those heels in, press your arms, scoop your tailbone, exhale deep. Full body's lit up. Now from here, I want you to lift your toes up off the floor. Feel that connection to your shins. Good. Press the toes down. Exhale, lift the heels up. And let's inhale, lower the heels, lift the toes. And just go back and forth here. 3 more rounds. Definitely getting feedback from the body here. Little shakes, finding muscles we haven't used in a while. 2. Good. One more. Good. Take a breath in. Slow peel down. Good. Once our tailbone lands, let's reach our arms straight up towards the ceiling. Build that shield, and then lift one knee up and then the other into our first tabletop. We're gonna hold this position and really dial into it. Notice how if you looked at me, you could almost see a little bit underneath my back. I am not jamming my back down into the floor, but rather I'm wrapping my abdominals, especially that low belly, in so tight to keep a neutral spine. Right now, you should feel your sacrum, your shoulder blades, and the back of your head on the floor. Good. What I want you to do here is give yourself a deep double chin. Lift the head very gently. Begin to tuck your chin to your chest. Roll the shoulder blades up. Reach your fingertips far past your feet. If you can, exhale so deep. And then with control, as slow as possible, bring all of that back down to the floor. Breath in. Exhale, double chin, head lifts. Reach, squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhaling it back down. One more. We're gonna go right into our 100 here. So option to stay right here and just begin to pulse your breath. Good option to flutter the arms, pulse them. Good, keep going with me. Peer at your belly button. Make sure every time you hear the air exit your mouth, you're seeing the belly button deepen. 20 more. Squeeze those inner thighs. Slowly reach your head back down to the floor. Pull those knees in. Take a second. The Pilates 100 is a classic exercise that we can build and we will build throughout the program. But it's the best because feel the body temperature heat, like the change of body temperature. There's circulation going on. It is meant to stir up, get rid of toxins, bring circulation to the body, just get that body moving. Good. Now I want you to bring your feet back to the floor. Get yourself into alignment. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let's press all the way back up into a hip bridge. And let's get up there, organize, tuck and scoop, heels come back, abs tight. Now lean all that weight into the left foot. On your exhale, bring your right knee up and hold it. Now maybe you just stay here. Maybe this is enough for today. If you want to take it to that next level, let's come down and very gently tap our butts to the floor, barely, press right back up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, bring it up. We have 3 to go. Connect is not about doing a ton of reps. It's about can you control and connect with a small amount. We don't need a lot. Exhale all the way up. Hold, wrap those abs in tight, and slowly lower that foot back down. Get yourself organized here and center. Lean weight into the right foot. Exhale, slowly drag up that left knee and pause and hold. Are your hips even? Can you scoop a little more? Is that knee reaching up towards the ceiling? Hold. Make sure it's fiery before we come down barely. Tap the mat. Exhale, drive up. And what's sneaky is these obviously hamstring and glute on that right side. But can you work so hard to pull the front of you in too as you press up? This should be just as much ab work. Very last one here. Really connect to the center of you. Good, come on down. Keep that left leg right where it is. Reach the arms up. Exhale, pull the left knee back up and squeeze those inner thighs together. And I want you to flex your feet so toes are up towards the ceiling. Now, this is very detailed. So I really want you to connect with your hip bones and really that low belly. take your knees. You're going to keep the shape of your knees, but very gently just reach that shape 1 little inch further away from you as you exhale and deepen your low belly. Inhale, pull it back in. Exhale, reach that tabletop away from you. Squeeze the inner thighs. How deep can you take the exhale? And are you doing this without jamming your back into the floor, but rather connecting to the front of you so deeply? Final 2. And you want to be really aware of your low back. The second your low back takes that weight, you've gone too far. Very last one. Good. Bring it back into the tabletop and get yourself reorganized. On the next exhale, I want you just to take your right heel and from your hip, start to drop that heel down towards the floor. Exhale, drive it back up. Let's do 5 on that side. Exhale. Good. And you don't have to touch the floor here. It's up to you how deep you go. You might stop halfway. It all depends on the feedback your body's giving you. That is you listening to your body, which is what Connect is all about. Good, bring it back up. Let's switch sides. Exhale that left heel down to the floor. I get asked all the time, what does it mean to listen to your body? Well, this is what it means. If you go too far and your body tells you, no, that just does not feel good for me, then make it smaller. That's direct information from your system. Gone are the days of doing something just because someone else is doing it bigger or better than you. No way. This is about you doing everything for you. Good. Now drop those feet to the mat. And I want you to put your heels together and turn your toes out. And let's take a big exhale as we press our hips up towards the ceiling. And that's going to feel really nice to stretch out what we were just working on through those hip flexors. But still, scoop that tailbone under. You do not want to feel this in your lower back. We're going to inhale, come down, tap the mat. Exhale, drive all the way back up and feel that nice connection in the side of our glutes, our glute medius. Inhale, come down. Exhale, drive it up. Just 2 more, so really connect deeply to them. And final rep here, all the way up. Let's hold. On the exhale, let's squeeze our knees together and our toes. They rotate, and then let's open back up. We have 5. Hold here, exhale deep. Find that shake. The shake is a wonderful feeling. That's how you know you've struck gold in a movement. You're strengthening. 1 to go. Beautiful. Come all the way down. Hug those knees in. And we're going to do 1 little bit of flexion here to kind of stretch out our hamstrings. So keep yourself in this teeny tiny little ball. Double chin. Exhale, roll the chin, the chest. And bring your forehead as close as you can get it to the knees. Good. Relax the shoulders down your back. Release your right leg. Really kick it long. And I want you to pull on that left knee. Let's switch. And we pull, switch. One more each side. Now, option to keep going with this. Now let's take 1 leg up towards the ceiling, grab behind the calf and pull, and switch. Same thing, just a little bit more intense. Last one each side. And rest it all down. Good. Roll onto your right side for me. Go ahead and lay your head right on your bicep. And I'm actually going to have you kick your legs out long. Okay, and you're on that spot on your hip where it feels like, you could either roll forward or back, and you have to find that spot where you can really center yourself. Okay, and I want you to make sure your full right foot is on the floor. From there, I want you to exhale and draw your right oblique off the floor. You can keep your fingertips down on the floor, but just relax the shoulders down the back. Good. Exhale, I want you to lift up that left leg just a bit to where you feel work in the outside of the hip, and it just feels good. And I just want you to hold, let your body, it's moving around, it's swaying, it's trying to find its center. What's important is that you're out of your neck, your oblique is up. It might not leave the floor, but energetically it's wrapped around you. Your front is pulled in tight, your glute is squeezed. Now I want you on the leg that's floating to turn your toes down towards the floor. Bring the toes down to tap that foot. Exhale, lift back up. We just have 5, 4. And as you lift that leg up, can you keep the oblique floating? If you want an extra challenge, you can reach the arm straight up towards the ceiling. Very last one. Lower that leg down halfway. Neutral your foot back out. And on the exhale, can you lift that bottom foot up to match the top? Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, lift up. All the while, the oblique is floating. You have 3 more. And notice how much this is about your center. Good. Last one. And you're done. Good. Let's switch sides. I'll turn around so you can see the back of the body. Lay that head down on the bicep. Stretch those legs out long. Fingertips are in front of you. First thing, get out of your neck. Lift the left oblique from the floor. It's a small little engagement of the low belly, so tiny little scoop. Flex those feet and begin to lift and float that right leg up. And as far as you can to where you feel good work. Let the body adjust. It's fighting for its balance. Just holding, breathing, figuring it out. Can you do this without having tension in your face? Good. Let's inhale. Point the toes to the floor. Drag the leg down. Exhale, lift it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, very last one. Lower that leg down half, neutral the foot back out. Exhale, lift that bottom leg. 5, lower and lift. 4, 3, 2, final one. Beautiful. Roll onto your belly for me. Lay your forehead down on both of your hands. And here's how we're gonna wind down. And you might wanna watch me for the first time. We're gonna shake our hips right to left. And it's like a very fast rocking. And once you kind of get the hang of it, because at first your muscles try to take over and you try to make it really slow, but I want you to really like rock those hips side to side. Now as we do this, let's relax our necks and our shoulders. And just keep the hips rocking side to side. What else can you relax? The jaw, the lower legs. And just take a couple deep breaths. This technique really lets the body relax. It also gets rid of some stuck energy in the hips. 2 more breaths. And very last one. Slow those hips down. You can even turn your head to one side here for a second. And I just want you to completely let your body go limp here. And feel all of that buzzing going on in your system. All of that work that you put in coming to a close. One more deep breath before we start to take our stretch. And that feeling is what connect feels like. Slowing down to meet ourselves where we're at. Good. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up. Let's walk our knees in. In the first stretch, we're up in our quadruped now. I want you to do is just lean your full body weight into that left hip. And just feel free to kind of inch back and forth a little bit, massaging the inside of that hip with your femur. Good. Now let's bring it back across the middle, off to the right. Lean into it. Inch up and down if that feels right for you. Now, instead of going through the middle to go the other side, we're going to scoop down towards our heels. And we're going to come all the way around. We're going to lean into our hands. You might need to lean them forward a little bit more. And we're going to do full circles through the hips, all the way around. And there's no rules with this one. You can just freedom to move. Now let's reverse. Let's go the other way. Sink down and around. If the neck wants to get involved. One more. Good. Now let's keep our hands right where they are, kind of far ahead of us, and take your left leg out towards, on the outside of the left hand. Lean forward into that stretch. You can let that knee fall away wide. You can even push it away, and you can rotate to the right, or to the left, excuse me. Good. One more deep breath wherever you're at. And then let's walk our hands back as we straighten out this left leg and really get into the hamstring, that left hamstring. And let's work on pointing the toe and flexing the foot. Point, flex. Get rid of tension in the neck and shoulders. One more. Good. Let's walk our hands back out. Bring our knee down. Right foot swings around. Take your time getting there. Sometimes that's not so easy. Once you find a spot that feels good, feel free to move around. That's how you know you explore a little bit what your body needs in these poses. Just moving. I'm going to take my right hand to my right knee and twist my chest to the right. I'm letting my right knee fall away. Good. One more breath here. We'll center ourselves back out. Walk those hands back as we straighten our right leg. Let's inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Now, as you flex that foot, you feel the hamstring really tighten. Try not to tighten the rest of your body as that hamstring tightens. Allow the hamstring to be the tight spot, nowhere else. One more. Good. We're gonna end in a seated position as we started. So find your comfortable seat and get yourself situated. And I want you, once you're there and you're seated tall, first just feel how different you feel in your body right here. Reach those arms back out to the side. As we started class, we're gonna rotate into that lateral flexion and just feel how much deeper you can go into this posture. Feel how much space has been created. One more. Good, and then work your way into finding that seated position. Your choice of palms up or down. Deep breath in. Let all of the tension fade from the face, the jaw. Feel length in your neck, shoulders down the back. Heart is in that beautiful space forward. Feel the length of your collarbones. soften your belly, soften your pelvic floor. Feel how much strength you have in your back and how soft you can let your belly be. And feel at this point the ease of this posture. Whereas when we first started, it was kind of work. It was a little bit uncomfortable. Feel how much different this feels to be here. After just stirring up the energy in our system, after breathing, after doing intentional movement, connect is such a beautiful thing. It is a gift to your body. And it's the only gift you can truly give yourself. No one can give this to you. You have to earn it. Last huge breath in. Let that exhale all the way out. And can you connect in that split second to the heartbeat? Can you feel that pulsing? It's your life force. I thank you very much for joining me today. I'm so excited to go along on this journey with you, and I'm just so grateful that you're here. Have a great day.